dive headfirst into the unknown.
We're celebrating the holidays by showcasing all of the most festive performances from The Ed Sullivan Show, featuring performances from The Muppets, Johnny Mathis, and more. Watch The Ed Sullivan Show now on Plex. We're celebrating the holidays by showcasing all of the most festive performances from The Ed Sullivan Show, featuring performances from The Muppets, Johnny Mathis, and more. Watch The Ed Sullivan Show now on Plex.
What we know about our universe is because someone asked, what if? We ask the biggest and craziest questions only science can answer. And those answers and consequences may surprise you. Dare to ask, what if?
Lebanon residents tell TRT World that disarming Hezbollah will make them more vulnerable to Israeli attacks. Hello again. 3 weeks into a Gaza ceasefire that is constantly being tested, the foreign ministers of 8 nations are gathering right here in Istanbul. They want to ensure the peace holds and that it's permanent. There have been numerous Israeli breaches of the ceasefire, with repeated attacks threatening a fragile truce. At the same time, health workers are warning that the humanitarian crisis has reached catastrophic levels, with aid deliveries still being restricted. Bassam Bouneni reports.
For thousands of Palestinians, the war on Gaza is far from over. Israeli forces remain deeply embedded inside the Strip. Residents like Yusuf al-Bardawil are living in constant fear.
I live here with my family of 6, but we live in fear. At all times, there is gunfire, drone strikes, and tank attacks.
Daily life in Jabalia is paralyzed. Israeli hostilities persist beyond the yellow line. Basic survival is a challenge.
We used to get water and food here, but now we don't, because the charities tell us they can't take any risks, as we are near the yellow line.
Israeli occupation forces violated the ceasefire agreement 194 times. Israeli aircraft and drones also bombed several areas, killing more than 250 people and injuring hundreds of others. We condemn these violations and call upon the guarantor states and mediators to pressure the Israeli occupation to abide by the ceasefire agreement.
More than 6,000 trucks are stranded at the Rafah crossing, deliberately held back by the Israelis. Health workers say conditions in Gaza are truly awful.
Despite the ceasefire agreement and the Israeli occupation's claim of opening the crossings and allowing aid in, the reality of the situation in the Gaza Strip is getting worse and more tragic. The occupation controls more than 50% of the Gaza Strip, and over 90% of the infrastructure is destroyed, especially the medical system. The aid received barely covers the 10% of the needs.
With millions of tons of rubble and more than 10,000 bodies still buried, Gazans need heavy machinery to start clearing the debris. An exploded ordnance adds to the danger.
We were setting up our tents and the boys went to look for wood and nylon. About 10 meters away, we saw them thrown by an explosion. We didn't think they were our children. Then we found them scattered in every corner. There were 5 of them. Thank God they survived.
Fear of returning to outright war looms large. Gazans can only hope that the international community, particularly the US, will intervene and prevent Israel from causing further death and destruction. Bassam Bounani, TRT World.
From central Gaza, here's our correspondent, Ashraf Shannon.
Israeli attacks did not stop since day one of the ceasefire. Already more than 200 people have lost their lives. Some 600 others were injured. Again today, a drone attack on eastern Khan Yunis seriously injured the young man there. Although the attack took place within the Green Line, yesterday killed an elderly man also within the Green Line. So it's not necessarily for people to go close to the yellow line or in the yellow line to be attacked or killed. So the attacks continued in addition to the bombing and destruction of whatever remains of structures in the eastern neighborhoods on parts of Gaza City, like eastern Shijaiya, as well as eastern Deir al-Balah and eastern Khan Yunis. Heavy explosions were heard throughout the night and into the morning as massive destruction is being performed by the Israeli military to make sure in the future, when Israeli forces redeploy from those areas within the second phase of the ceasefire, hopefully, that people will not be able to find anything to return to. Of course, meanwhile, yes, last night Hamas handed over the bodies of 3 Israeli hostages. The identity was confirmed this morning, and we're hearing reports that Israel has handed over the bodies of or repatriated the bodies of 45 fallen Palestinians, and their bodies were brought to the Nasser Medical Complex in Khan Yunis. This brings to 270 the number of Palestinian bodies that were returned by Israel. Of course, many of them showed signs of torture and
Let's bring in our correspondent, Kubra Koch, who's at that meeting of foreign ministers in Istanbul. What do we know at the moment? Has it started?
Well, Adnan, that meeting is about to start here in Istanbul. We are expecting those foreign ministers to pose for a family photo ahead of the meeting. Then they will be conducting their closed-door meeting here in Istanbul. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan is hosting yet another crucial meeting on Gaza here in Istanbul. He is going to be joined by foreign ministers of Qatar, Jordan, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, and Indonesia. These are the countries also who were